Got a Harbor Freight electric hoist here, and the problem I got with it is the remote cable they give you is only 5.5 feet long, which if I want to operate this hoist and I'm 20 feet away, I don't have enough length to be right next to it or wherever the material I'm hoisting. Anyway, I want to lengthen it. So the way you do this is go to your local electric supply store and get SJ cord, and it's service cord. It's pretty much everything you see on extension cords is what they use here. They use SJT for their cord, and SJT is service cord. Junior means 300, J means junior, 300 volts, and the T means thermoplastic is what the outer jacket is. I kind of got what all the different letter designations is for service cord, also known as portable cord. Everyone's going to have service. Junior, you can get regular service cord without the J in it. It just means it's rated for like a higher voltage. Junior means that up to applications of 300 volts, which is what we're using here. I went ahead and got SJ EOOW. So mine's an elastomer jacket, which means it's a whole lot more flexible. So I can do that real easy, and this it's not as easy to do that. It's also more oil resistant. I got the double O, so the outside and the inner jacket are both oil resistant, and it has code W, which also means it's weather and water resistant. So overall, probably just a better quality cord for replacing this. The one that comes with this is the 224 40-pound electric hoist, which is the cheapest one. It's like $100 usually, and it comes with 18.4, which means 18 gauge 4 conductors. I went ahead and got 16 gauge since I'm extending it. This is not a control line. I mean, you have full load coming through it. You got when you open this up and you're getting ready to switch it out, you can see where the hot line goes straight into the terminal block and out through here, and then you even have your motor startup capacitor. So this is pretty much, it's like a built-in extension cord that goes into the unit, comes back out, and goes back into it. So you need to gauge your wires on your length just like an extension cord. This is like 4.5 amps. 16 gauge is fine for an extra 30 feet, but you know, there's those charts for extension cords. Make sure you use them. Look up the amperage for your unit and how much you're going to be extending this to, and use that to gauge what it is. And 16 gauge is just a hair bigger, so I should be able to use these same grommets on both of these. Another thing I'll tell you is a lot of people I've seen, I think I've read somewhere on the Garage Journal where somebody made the recommendation of just getting 14.3 or 16.3 Romex, because they said, oh hey, it's got 4 wires in it, you know, that should work. That's stupid, because the ground is uninsulated in that. The reason that it says 3 and not 4 is because there's only 3 actual load carrying conductors in it, and that's because all 3 of those are insulated. The ground is not. It's just bare copper. So if you want to catch your house on fire, yeah, go ahead and use Romex. But if you want to do it the right way, use portable cord, you know, SJ cord. SJ cord is real cheap. If you go to your local electrical supply, don't go to Home Depot, don't go to Lowe's, because they will not have a 4 conductor 16, 18 gauge SJ cord. I had to go to my local electrical supply center, and they don't even carry it. They had to actually order it from a warehouse, but it was around 56 cents a foot. So for 30 feet I got it for like 18, 19 bucks, which is pretty cheap. If Home Depot even remotely carried something similar, it'd probably be like $1.50 a foot. So you're looking at paying like 3 times the price if you went to a home center. But pretty cut and dry. Just, you know, take pictures of where all the wires go here. 3 of them, I believe, go into the terminal block, and 1 goes to your safety switch that cuts out when it gets retracted all the way on this one. This one here, get that there are, looks like 3 female connections you got to make. 1, 2, 3, and 1 you got to double up on. So you got to do a double, 2 wires and 1 terminal. Also, be careful of this bad boy. I checked it for voltage before I even touched anything. I just checked where these 2 wires went to and checked to see if it had voltage coming out of the capacitor. Because if your fingers touch these 2 leads, and this may have 120 volts stored into it. What I did is, as soon as I unplugged the hoist unit, just go ahead and flip the switch up and down a few times, and that should discharge the capacitor. But I haven't seen anybody else extending this, or at least showing how to do it. But I really don't need to show you how to do it. If you can do basic wiring, you know, just take pictures of this, take pictures of this, swap it out the way it is. Just make sure you get the right cord for it. Like I said, I used SJEOOW. Is SJ, or if you get it non-J, that's fine. It's just going to cost you a little bit more. I went with the elastomer one, a little bit more flexible. The thermoset, or I'm sorry, the thermoplastic T variant, which is the one that comes with it, is actually not rated for oil exposure. So I'm using this in my garage. Sometimes I have oil on my hands, everything. Just look at what you're doing with it, where you're going to be located with it. But hopefully this helps somebody out. All right, thanks.